So today's lesson is multiplying and dividing fractions. And the beauty of this is multiplying and dividing fractions is so much easier than adding and subtracting. You still have to simplify, you still have to think about what you're doing, but it's, I think, a whole bunch easier than adding or subtracting. And so to begin, we first need to know how to multiply and divide integers. So why don't you go ahead, pause the video, and complete the warm-up based on what we did yesterday. So the biggest mistake people have been making on this is they don't watch their negative signs. So 1 is negative 108, 2 is negative 110, 3 is 168, and then 4 is positive 8, 5 is negative 14, and 6 is a negative 27. And notice for number 6 we had to use long division. So make sure you refresh yourself on how to do that. And so this slide talks about how to multiply and divide rational numbers. And by rational numbers, they mean fractions. And essentially, you just do what you would usually do. So the same rules for the signs, and then you multiply and divide fractions just like you always would. It's stuff we know, we're just putting it together. Also, I want to remind you that if we write a fraction as negative 1/2, okay, it's the exact same thing as putting the negative out front, which is also the same thing as putting the negative in the bottom. All three of these all say negative 1/2, but they all are written slightly differently. So remember, doesn't matter where your negative is, just don't forget it. So beginning today, we have a multiplication problem. So to multiply fractions, the first thing you need to do is change mixed numbers to improper fractions, okay? So negative 7/8 stays the same, times, we're going to change negative 2 3/4 to a mixed number. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11, over 4, and it's a negative. The second thing you're going to do is multiply. And remember, we multiply straight across. So negative 7 times negative 11 is positive 77 over 8 times 4, which is 32. And then last but not least, you need to see if you can simplify. In this case, it does not simplify, and so 77 over 32 is our final answer. When we divide fractions, we follow almost the same steps. So first, we're going to change these into improper fractions. I have negative 26 over 5 divided by 7 over 3. Make sure you don't lose your negative signs. The next thing we have to do is KCF. Keep it, change it, flip it. You keep the first fraction just the way it is, change your sign to multiplying, and flip the last one. From there, we just go ahead and multiply. 26 times 3, 18, is negative 78, and 5 times 7 is 35. And then we ask, can it simplify? Well, in this case, it cannot, and so that is our final answer.